So this graphic here is to try and compare and contrast flows from Mauna Loa with Kilauea lava flow. And everybody's really familiar with this June 27th flow that moved in the direction towards Pahoa. So in orange, what we have here is the June 27th flow. And the distance it traveled is 21 kilometers. And it took about 126 days. And so from different geographic sectors on Mauna Loa, I have highlighted some flows. So this flow is the 1984 main eruptive flow. And to go a comparable distance of about 21 kilometers, this flow only took 3 days. From the southwest flank of Mauna Loa, I have examples from 1950. And to go the comparable distance of the June 27th flow, we're talking it was 3 hours, 14 and a half hours, and 18 hours from when the vents opened up. From the flank, that's southeast flank of Mauna Loa, 1880 was a flow that took approximately 7 days to attain the same comparable distance. And 1859 from the northwest flank, the flow arrived at a comparable distance in 3 days. So Mauna Loa flows are larger in scale. The amount of lava coming out per unit time is much greater, so the flows move much more quickly. One example, if we look at this map here, we have the different sectors of Mauna Loa and we have the different color scheme. So one example of a flow that actually made it into the city of Hilo was the 1880-1881 flow. And this flow took about 280 days. So in this area we have modest slopes. We actually have gentle slopes in the highland area, which actually slows down the lava flows. And we have great distances. So the lava takes anywhere from weeks to months to reach populated areas. In contrast, on the South Kona side, we have really high lava production. We have a short distance to the coastline, and we also have very steep slopes shown by these warm colors. And so once the eruptions begin, basically flows can reach populated areas in a matter of hours. And then the other two areas show these intermediate colors because the lava production is modest. The slopes are from gentle to steep, and it will be days to weeks for lava to reach both of these zones. Except this zone is orange because Mauna Loa has a class of vents called radial vents. And these vents occur radial to the caldera, and the vents can open from below sea level all the way up to the summit of the volcano. So this area is orange because if a radial vent breaks out low down on the flank, the actual response time, instead of being from days to weeks, might be only days to hours. So on this panel here, we have a series of lava inundation maps that we've created for use by emergency response personnel and the general public. There's a series of 10 different maps made island-wide for all of the areas that can be impacted or inundated by flows from Mauna Loa. How we envision these maps being used is that this yellow zone here represents the rift zone. And the rift zone is where lava flows will initiate from. These are where the vents will be. And then when lava comes to the surface, the rift zone themselves has both negative and positive topography. In other words, we have luas and craters, but we also have fissure vents and cones. And flows moving within the rift zone can be diverted by these positive and negative topography. But once the lava flows exit from the rift zone, then a discrete segment of the rift zone can only shed lavas within discrete zones downslope. So if there's an eruption in this area, if it flows north, it's only going to be in this burgundy color. There's an eruption in this area and it flows south, then it will go into this gray area. So in 1984, the fissure broke out in this area here, and the flows basically went in the direction towards the Kaumana side of Hilo as opposed to the Waiakea side. Now, on the south side of the rift, on the distal part, all of the communities from Volcano, Glenwood, Mountain View, Curtistown, and Kea'au are all in the same zone, because if a lava flow exits this zone, there's a natural drainage between Mauna Loa and Kilauea, so the flow should come down into that boundary and basically course its way almost along the highway 11 until it exits to the sea. So that's if the lava flows have enough duration, there's enough lava produced, potentially it can go all the way to sea along this natural drainage. This original product came out in 2002 or so, and then we have better DEMs or digital elevation models. So we recrafted the map, but also tried to model lava flows downslope. And then we looked at the geology in conjunction with the modeling to designate the boundaries. And people have to recognize that the boundaries between one zone and the other are approximate. And as soon as there's the first lava flow that comes down, then that can influence the next lava flow that comes down. And so these boundaries are only good for the first occurrence. So this is now the steepest lines of descent. So we used this product in the June 27th, the steepest lines of descent. And so we've crafted the same steepest lines of descent for all of Mauna Loa. In fact, all the active volcanoes, Hualalai, Mauna Loa, Kilauea have the steepest lines of descent, and these can be used in conjunction with that.